First of all, a business method is any enterprise refers to how the company operates and the ideas, concepts, designs, or practices they implement to operate. However, when referring to a country's business methods, as for instance China, it refers to how the employee and the companies make business and interact with each other. That's why we have based the analysis of the main business methods as a tool to analyze the social, political, and economic areas on the PEST analysis, which assesses a company's major external factors that influence its operations in order to become more competitive in the market. The social area mainly considers two aspects: the organizational and the country's culture, and the interpersonal relationships between employees and clients. For instance, people in China usually enter the meeting room in hierarchical order, and it is vital tool to maintain composure during meetings. Causing embarrassment or showing too much emotion may result negative during a negotiation. On the other hand, in the Chinese business culture, a small talk is considered particularly important at the beginning of the meeting or establishing a strong relationship before closing a deal. So you might have to meet up several times to achieve your objectives.
On the economy as a whole, I think it's easier to select one individual section. One of the first things to consider is where a startup should begin. Now, in China, unlike the UK, the minimum wage is not the same across the entire country. Cheaper provinces are about, which include lower output costs, driving profit margins, which makes them a lot easier for startups to begin, and also helps them secure capital further down the line. Now, the ultimate goal for many of these startups is to expand overseas, which is actively encouraged by China with many policies.
So I'm going to look at the political aspect as a whole and then zoom into what that means for startups and entrepreneurs. China is firstly governed by the CCP, which is the Chinese Communist Party. This, compared to the UK or other Western cultures, is more state-controlled, and this has a profound effect on startups in comparison to countries like the UK. For example, there is more bureaucracy across the board, and it's harder to sort of get the legalistic side of a startup and liability into the Chinese market. However, there are policies which the Chinese Communist Party have put in place to encourage startups. One of these is the open door policy, which aids foreign business to set up offices and do business in China, trying to globalize their economy. Secondly, China has created SEZs, which is special economic zones, which is grouping cities together where there's vast amount of populations in an urban space. Therefore, startups going into these special economic zones have quick geographical access to the needs for a business to grow. Finally, the one-child policy creates a comparatively higher level of competition for families to grow their wealth. This means that there's more of a culture to succeed, linking to the social side of the PEST analysis. However, as a society, they're generally more risk averse. Going on to the conclusion.